Welcome to AM Buffalo on this marvelous Monday. As you can see, I am not in studio today. I am out on location, and that is the glorious thing about this week. We are live on location all this week in various locations across Western New York, talking about the amazing things that are happening in our local area. And where we are today, can you guess? Can you guess? Can I step out of the way so you can look at this? We are live at the Paula's Donuts in Larkinville, their brand new location, which opened this summer. And there's a good reason why we're here, because tomorrow is kind of a big day. And if you're from Western New York, you already know what I'm talking about. That's right, it's Paczki Day, and they are making the donuts. That's right. And you know what? They invited us for an inside look, a behind-the-scenes look at how they make the Paczkis. They aren't actually starting to make them just yet, because they have to be fresh as can be for the big day. But they are inviting us behind the scenes to see how it's done. I'm so excited. This is literally something that I have on my bucket list to do because, as you know, I'm married into a Polish family, so I got to show them that I know what I'm doing. So here we are. Let's go behind the scenes here at Paula's Donuts. Isn't this a beautiful location? I have to say, I'm going to give you kind of like a walking tour as we go back to the kitchen. But this is a location that has this amazing wallpaper. I feel like I have to draw attention to this because if you have a favorite Paula's donut, you can probably find your favorite on this wallpaper. Isn't this so great? Look, there's the peanuts. There's all, the bear claws are on here too. Yep, that's Julie's favorite, our producer. So I just have to say, a lot of folks have already put in their orders saying, Emily, you've got to bring back donuts. I said, okay, we'll make that happen, but follow me. We're going behind the scenes at Paula's Donuts. You can see, look at this, voyeurism. Folks hard at work, that's right. Making the donuts, making the boxes. Hi guys, say hello to Western New York. All right, and here we go. We are going into, dun, 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 the bakery. And joining us, this is Christy. Christy, come on over here. We're going to even go a little bit deeper into the kitchen. Take a look at this. Things are happening here at Paula's Donuts. Christy Worthington. Oh, thank you so much for doing this and allowing us back here.
Of course. We're happy to have you here.
So this is your Larkinville location. Yeah. How big a deal is this for Paula's Donuts that you were able to celebrate your first Paczki Day here at this new location?
It's very exciting, very exciting. We've been open in business for 25 years now.
Yes, oh my goodness. So just to give people an idea of how big a deal this is, how many Paczkis do you pump out on any given Paczki Day?
A couple thousand per store,
at least.
Gosh. Yeah.
And now that
it's crazy time.
And now that you have a fourth, that's a pretty big deal.
It's a huge deal, and we're so excited to be down here.
Yeah.
It's just, the vibe is right on.
So it's hard to say exactly when things really start to kick off, but when they do, is it like nonstop for a day and a half?
When they do, it's nonstop for the next 2 days. It will be nonstop.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And things have changed quite a bit because of the pandemic. Things are done a little bit differently, but that's kind of good for the folks out there, right? Because it's not just one day that Paczki is available, right?
So now that we have limited hours because of the pandemic, we actually have Paczkis for 2 days now. For the last 2 years, we've had it for 2 days, where traditionally it was only 1 day. And it's on Fat Tuesday, and that's the tradition of the Paczki. Because it's the day before Lent. It's when you get rid of all the crap you have in your house before, you start giving everything up for Lent. And,
So tell me about this, because a lot of people say, oh my gosh, isn't this just a donut? No.
No. This is extra. This is way more than a donut. It's a donut on steroids. We add extra, literally everything. Vanilla, extra sugar, extra eggs, extra filling, extra love.
You've got to love that there's history here, right? The reason being is that way back when this holiday, I guess you could call it a holiday, first started, it was a way to kind of get rid of all that stuff before you had to go into fasting, right? You throw everything in the kitchen sink into these delicious desserts, right?
Well, when I train people how to finish these, you don't stop until it's almost bursting.
They are pretty huge.
Yes, they're massive.
Well, I have to say, I know it gets pretty competitive with eating of Paczkis. Some people say, oh, I can eat quite a few. Did you know that there's a man in Michigan who has eaten 23, I think that's the record, 23 Paczkis in 15 minutes. Can you believe that?
No. I would have to see that to believe it. There's no way.
Well, I feel like there are many competitive people here in Western New York who'd
Okay.
probably be saying, oh, I could beat that.
Yeah, right.
My record was set last year, 1.5 punch
Yeah,
keys. How about you?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
That sounds about right. I don't think
so
you.
rich. They're just so rich, and there's just so much to them that it's really hard to eat more than one.
Yeah, you know what I do though? I will cut them up into pieces because there are so many different flavors and combinations.
Yeah.
Tell us about the flavor combinations because I think that's a
Right.
really big deal here.
Well, either your team powder or your team glazed. So, and then we have 3 fillings. We have raspberry, black raspberry, we have Bavarian, and we have lemon.
Yes. And so what's your favorite?
The glazed lemon. Well, at least this year it seems to be like that's the one I'm leaning towards. Kind of changes, you know.
I was about to say the same thing because I last year was saying that the the lemon powder, excuse me, was my favorite. But
yeah.
it changes. It really does because maybe this year will be raspberry for me.
We're gonna have to see.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll decide when you start making them.
Oh my gosh, I think that's what's going to happen.
I think you need to do that.
You need to tell me though,
Okay.
what's the deal with Paula's? This is so much a family business.
Yeah.
How much pride do you take in making punchkis every year?
Oh, I mean, well, first of all, we're Polish.
Yes.
So that's one thing. My grandfather was always really excited when we would make the punchkis, you know. But I mean, yeah, I love it. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time of year
Yeah.
for all of us.
So, be honest with me.
Yeah.
How hard is it to make a punchki?
It's not that it's hard, it's just never ending.
Oh my God.
For the next 2 days, it's going to be a little crazy, but everybody gets their fill of punchkis, and we usually grab lunch for everybody because it's long days.
So Christy says that I can actually finish a punchki, which means fill it and coat it, right?
Yep.
With
Powder.
or glaze, right?
Yep, I have the glazed ones ready.
She says I can do this. And I feel like this is really, like I said, a milestone for me in my life, marrying into a Polish family. So thank you for this.
All I'm saying is if, since we're short-staffed, if she does a really good job, she'll be here the next 2 days.
Oh my goodness! I have a fallback in case this TV thing doesn't work out. Oh my goodness, Christy, I'm so excited. So, how are you feeling about me being in your kitchen right now? I mean, that's kind of a big deal to welcome
excited.
a stranger in. I'm a newbie.
It's okay, I'm excited. This is fun. Donuts are fun.
Donuts are fun. So, we will be back in just a moment because this is about to get, I was going to say messy, but it's going to get delicious. This is AM Buffalo and we are live at Paula's Donuts. We'll be right back.